Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you every game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I'm your host, Mikey. That is Tommy. What's going on, brother? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday, Bills Mafia. We are here, man. And Mikey, more injuries.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We can't escape them. We can't escape them.
Nope. The Big Bodega comes in and says, "Go Bills. I live in Seattle and I'll be at the game." I love that.
Sweet, man. Representing Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Represent, man.
We're within the 12th man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's
what's going on. Robert's in the house. What's going on, Robert? You know, it's listen, there's injuries. There are. And guess what side of the ball it's on? The defense. But we've been here before. This is rinse and repeat, brother.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What up, Weston?
So
yeah. This is like a never-ending thing, man. Never-ending thing. Ever since that damn Bills social media joking around with injuries, we've been just like injury city over here in Buffalo, man.
Right.
I hope they never do that shit again.
Scotty, what's going on? 99-0. Here we come. I love it. I love it. You know, the funny thing is, the Seahawks made a trade, right? They got the middle linebacker from the Titans.
Oh, I did hear that. Yes.
So he's coming back to play Josh again.
Yeah, he was talking trash.
They're moving Dodson from middle linebacker to weak side linebacker.
Wow. Okay.
And that's where he played with the Bills last year. So we get a friendly face this week. And Terrell Dodson. So that's going to be fun. Robert comes and says, I read something today. 57% of Lumen Stadium will be Bills fans. Is that what they call the Seahawks Stadium? Is it Lumen Stadium?
I guess. I don't know.
Okay. I'm like, I always know they always call it the 12th man. I don't think I've ever actually heard the name of that stadium.
Stadiums names change all the time. I can't even keep up anymore.
Yeah. Dwayne Carter on IR. Yeah, we'll get to that. But that does open up our logjam that we have. Next, after this game, Vaughn returns, and we're going to need a spot. So
yes, week 9, he does return.
So he comes back next week, and then we'll have to figure out because we have the rookie that we signed, Luge, that is the big monster defensive tackle out of Georgia.
He's I didn't even know he was still on the. Whoa, I don't know what. Whoa,
that was odd. I don't know. You started to get excited and stuff went crazy.
Oh, hey-o. So I didn't even know we still had him. I thought we for some reason we let him off the practice squad already, but he's still on.
Oh, he's not on the practice squad. He's on the 53.
Oh wow. See, I didn't even know that. Okay, so they went ahead and put him on the 53. Okay.
Vaughn's not playing this week. Vaughn will be back next week.
Yeah, week 9. Yep. And I think week 9. I wonder how many reps he gets though, because he'll be a little rusty week 9. Just throwing that out there. Remember, no practice.
You know what? I think they usually get to return to practice the week before they come back. So I wonder if he actually returned to practice. I'll be interested.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami game will be next week. Yeah.
Correct. Week 9. Yep.
So let's go around the league, Tommy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fun time, brother. We'll start with some positives. Quarterback Jaden Daniel has a good chance to play this week.
You disappeared for some reason.
I have no idea. Yeah.
All right, hold on.
No,
come back in.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah, that's right. Mikey disappeared, man. We were just getting to the nitty gritty of the news, guys, and Mikey's gone. So, guys, as we're waiting for Mikey, another player is on IR, which we already know, Dwayne Carter. We just cannot get past injuries on this Buffalo Bills team. It's like, especially on defense, on the defensive side of things, it's crazy. Here he is, man. You're still, it's so odd, bro. Can you see yourself?
No.
I can't. Weird. Folks, I don't know.
Give me a second.
It is really odd, guys. Hey, technology.
No.
It is
whatever weirdness you did.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do any. What did I do?
Let
me see here. Let me see what I could do. Oh, and then there's like a multiple.
All right. Give me a second.
All right.
I'll be back. Give me a second.
All right.
That's odd.
Guys, listen, bloopers on Mafia on Friday Night Lights, man. This is what we do here. Blooper City. Let me get to some of your comments while we're waiting for Mikey to return. Tua is starting for the Cards this week. Yes, he is. Matter of fact, I don't know if you guys saw, he did the press conference with the media, and they asked him if he's concerned about his health, and he said like something like, what was his comment? Like football is like to the death of me or something like that. Something like that. It's like, whoa. I have a feeling, look, man, if he gets another one of those concussions, like a fencing style concussion, I have a feeling that will be it. I think, I don't even know if it'll be up to it'll be his decision anymore after that. Like, I just have a weird feeling that the Dolphins or the league will have to put him on a shelf there for a little while, because if something really bad does happen on the field or off the field, let's say he gets a bad concussion and winds up in the hospital, like something bad comes of it, it's going to put a major stain on the NFL and the concussion protocol that they've been working on so hard by putting the Guardian caps on and all this other crap. And what is going on here? Mikey's back, but now the background is way different. So I don't know what happened to the background, folks. Hold on. Hold up. Give me 1 minute, guys. Something's going on here. Mikey is back, though. I do see Mikey. And there we go. There's Mikey. And there. Mikey is back.
All my backgrounds are gone, though.
Really?
Yeah.
You are back, though. Hold on.
But all the backgrounds, like, in our thing are gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Let me see here. Give me a minute. No, I see them up. No, I see the backgrounds for you.
Nope.
There you go.
Well, I just put that in.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. It could be the service that we're using.
Yeah.
By the way, it could be.
It usually is.
It's having a bad night. So.
Yes, it is. Whatever you
night.
did that made it glitch is now.
I think it's all glitchy because look, our letters have changed from white. Yeah. Now they're white. So talk to the audience while I correct this stuff.
I will try.
See him here, right? In the chat.
Mikey, do the Jason Voorhees breathing, right?
Holy crap.
I'll do the there we
go. Got that right.
The Vader breathing.
Yeah, I think it's well, by the way, guys, we are switching over to back to, I know you guys don't know or whatever, but we use streaming. We have to use services to go live for this, to have multiple guests on, blah, blah, blah. And to have all this cool features.
No Diddy parties.
So we're gonna have to wind up switching back to StreamYard and just have to pay a little bit more.
Oh, I've used green screen forever. You know.
Yeah, it's not that. It's the service we use it gets clunky here and there, and Yeah.
Probably shouldn't buy your internet service from Walmart.
It's not internet.
we got a little bit of dial up. We shouldn't buy our streaming service that we have on here.
Yes, it's not the internet. It's
two of ours already decided not to wear the Guardian cap.
Listen, guys. So
it's weird,
it's
right?
Not, so I went back. If you guys, I don't know if you guys ever watched this, but
great from dial up.
there's a clip of Mikey. I think I sent it to you of Nyheim Hines. Back when he played for the Colts, and he got hit from the side. Helmet never hits the ground, never. So, and he got a really bad concussion, and it looked like the concussion that Tua got against the Bills back when Milano pushed him and he fell.
Yeah,
same thing. If you guys are ever
head hit on that one,
yeah, I know. I'm talking about Tua did, but I'm saying the way he got up where he could barely walk, and he said it was his back and all that stuff. If you go and watch the
I know what play you're talking about. I remember seeing it.
Yes, he did the same exact thing. So my point is, concussions don't necessarily need to happen. They don't always happen because their head hit the ground.
Yeah,
it could be because the whiplash effect when you get hit to the side and your brain. So when people are in car accidents, for instance, and their head moves really quick, your brain literally moves inside your head.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what causes a concussion. It doesn't have to, so they could put the Guardian cap on all they want. But what's happening with Tua is not happening to a lot of other players that are getting minor concussions, which they all do. So I think what's going to happen, Mikey, with him is they can, like I said, they can do all they want with the falling a certain way, doing this a certain way. It's not going to matter. The time he gets hit a certain way again, where he has that whiplash effect, it's going to happen again because it's already happened multiple times. So I feel for the guy, but he wants to be there. I don't know if you watched that presser he had where he's just like, to the death of football or something like that. So like, yeah, not good.
Yeah. And as bad a night will have when he faces the Bills if they get JOK and or Myles Garrett. Listen, I think we talked about this offline, Tommy. If Myles Garrett is really available, you're doing a disservice if you don't push all your chips to the middle for that guy. He's one of a handful of actual true game wreckers.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
If he's really available, because nobody knows if he really is.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe. I mean, they are doing a lot of moving pieces around. Their quarterback, who they paid a shit ton of money to, is done, and he's probably done for good. Yeah. And the reason why I say that, I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about in football, Mikey. And the reason why I say that is what happened to him. I think I almost feel like he might have got the same results. As far as fans, people don't like him. He's just not liked anymore. And I don't know what team wants to have that on their squad. You get what I'm saying? He carries a lot of baggage, bro. And it's not even like he's performing to a high elite level where they're like, fuck the baggage. Like, yeah, this guy, it doesn't matter. The fans will love him once he's scoring touchdowns, right? Winning Super Bowls, but that's not the case. So, bro, at this point, I think he's going to walk away with the 150, whatever's left, which is a ton of money. Right? Huh?
Who are you talking about?
Watson?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I think he's just going to walk away with that money, dude. And he's never going to come back.
In cash, it's 150. On cap, it's even more than that. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. I'm saying for him.
But they have to eat it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about for him. I don't see him going back to Cleveland.
I think if he leaves, he doesn't get that money.
No, I think they're gonna cut him. I think they're gonna cut him and just eat it because they can. And what's gonna happen is, because I heard it, I forgot what I was watching a show and they were mentioning it and they were saying, look, what's gonna wind up happening is they'll cut him. They'll get a little bit of money back from insurance because they'll do like an injury thing. So they'll get I think they said 15 million. It's not a lot, dude. It's not a lot back from insurance. And they'll wind up having to pay 150, something like that. But dude, at this point, bro, the fans cheered. He's not coming back from that. Yeah. So my point is, and the reason why I brung up that is the Browns are in desperate need to get rid of contracts at that point.
$140 million dead cap.
Right.
Yikes.
So I think, and what you got to remember too, they're moving to a new stadium. Like I think they're
moving towns.
They're moving towns. So I think they're going to do a total rehaul, bro. I have a feeling. I mean, a total rehaul and just start from scratch and say, fuck it. We're going to have to eat the contract of him. And we're going to have to start. The only other way we can get this money back is starting to trade players away, that are holding these big contracts. I'm telling you, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, that doesn't touch the cap, but yeah, the cap's fucked. That was the single worst
cash.
That was the single worst contract ever.
Oh, ever.
Okay, so you want me to get back to around the league?
Yeah, let's do it.
We talked a little bit about that. All right, Tua clears concussion protocol. We were just talking about Tua. He's going to play against the Cardinals. Niners wide receiver Samuels is better, but he was in the hospital for pneumonia or something like that. They say he's better. He's out of the hospital, but his Sunday night status is unclear. They don't know if he's going to be able to play this week or not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Colts running back Jonathan Taylor set to return against the Texans this week.
Ooh, Mikey with some good news there.
Yep.
Okay.
Chargers Bosa will play a limited role versus the Saints this week.
Ooh, Mikey's giving us good news to this week. Okay.
I don't know if you heard about it. Josh Reynolds was shot. Did you hear about that one?
No.
In Denver. The wide receiver, Josh Reynolds, he was shot in the arm and in the back of the head.
Jeez Louise. No, I didn't hear that.
It was minor. Whatever. He escaped with minor injuries. They say he's pretty shaken up though, but I think he's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
That's two player shootings.
Yeah, I would think you're shaken up by being shot,
right? Leaving a strip club. He was leaving the strip club, is what they said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell people what to do, but sometimes
you can't put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, sometimes like certain places are probably best to be left off. I know it sucks but when you're a star athlete or whatever, if you're an actor, you have a lot to lose. I don't know if I'm venturing off to strip clubs. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's just me, though. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't mess around with that stuff. It can be deadly. Like they'd be smart not to play him this week.
Mm-hmm.
There's a different sound effect for good news. Same sound effects. Sound effects. Hassan Reddick is going to make his debut for the Jets this week.
Ooh, let's get that one. So Reddick's coming back. Okay, Reddick finally got back with the Jets after being traded there. He decided to finally, their owner's getting desperate. Let's be real. Yeah. the owner caved in finally. Yeah. All right, fuck it. Come on.
I mean, the deal was just they paid him more money to offset his fines this year.
I know. I know.
At the end of the day, they just got him in the building to play. I don't know if he changes their issues, but I mean, having an extra pass rusher can't help.
It can't hurt them. Absolutely not. But I don't think their problem's really on defense. The problem's on offense. Yeah. The problem is they're just not
line.
Yeah, their offensive line is terrible. They're just not in sync at all. They haven't been all year, and they got good players. I don't get it. Yeah. I'm a little surprised how poorly they've been playing on offense. But
I thought Rodgers was the Jets' savior.
I will say this about Rodgers and that whole situation, and I can't wait to talk to Anthony Saturday when we do the AFC East shakedown. But bro, they catered to this dude, and I think it's I hope teams around the league, Mikey, learn from this. Really do, because bro, listen, I get he's a Hall of Fame player, but he's also 40. Okay, let's be real.
Coming off injury.
Yeah, well, even before that, you bring him in and you're just you catering to him everything, it's his, everything he wants, and it doesn't always work that way. And clearly, it's not working in the Jets' favor. All that stuff, he bringing his own OC that he wanted, that failed. bringing in
all his players,
multiple wide receivers, failed. Now for pretty much made him trade for Devontae Adams, taking on the contract. We'll see how that works, but we'll see. It's just I just feel like, and then watch what's going to happen is if they continue to. If they don't make the playoffs this year, I don't see Rodgers going back. And all that they did for this guy, and he winds up not coming back or retiring, it's going to be fucking funny, dude.
They did the same thing for Brett Favre. They did the exact same thing for Brett. And then he left after that first year.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
And he went to Minnesota.
I feel like this is like a desperate teams make desperate moves. They all do it, bro. It's crazy to me. But they all do it, and then they just wind up restarting again.
Jets stand for just end the season.
Yeah, I know.
That's a great one. All right, and then my last one is a downer. Micah Parsons is going to miss his third straight game.
Man, poor Parsons.
One extra. Did you watch the game last night?
I was at work. I watched a little bit.
Yeah, Darius Shaw, the left tackle for the Vikings, out for the season.
Oh. Damn. By the way, I did catch the ending. How do you feel about the ending of that game?
I think the refs missed a huge face mask. I don't think that's the reason why they lost.
Correct.
But you can't miss that face mask.
Yeah, I am with you. So I don't think
Sam's head, and then he went straight as a board and landed on his back. You saw his head get yanked.
So I don't think it cost them the game. Because they were down 8. It's a minute left. Like, who's to say they go down and get the 2-point conversion? But I will say this, too. Darnold has to also know where he's at in the end zone. Because the guy, regardless, let's say he didn't grab his face mask. He was right there. He could have grabbed him by the shoulder, or the jersey, whatever. You know what I mean? And still got the sack. He still would have gotten it, I believe. And Sam Darnold needs to know, like, they all have that clock in their head, like when to get rid of the ball, like how long you can hold it. And in your end zone, like you got to really know, you need to be aware of your surroundings to get rid of that ball. So I thought it was a poor job on Darnold. That kind of shows kind of where Darnold's been through his career, making kind of boneheaded decisions like that. Mm-hmm. But I will say, they missed the call, but that's going to happen, bro. That happens, man. I don't think it cost them the game. I don't. I think it was a missed call. It was a shitty missed call. It sucks if you're a Vikings fan, but at the end of the day, you let the Rams beat you. Like you guys, to me, I felt like the Vikings should have won that game. It should not have been that close. But it is what it is, man. And now it's crazy. If Green Bay wins, Vikings go to third.
Yeah. They stopped throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson too.
Oh, dude, how
do you not throw him the ball in the second half?
He is so good, bro. That catch he made.
They stopped going to him.
I know. And he was pissed,
how do you not throw him the ball in the second half? I want to hit Royce. He says that Rodgers has a lot of dead cap next season. So if they do it, pre 6-1, it's a $49 million dead cap. You know what I mean? There is a negative $25 million in savings. So it's like straight dead cap.
Right.
If they cut him post 6-1, it's a $14 million this year, and then they have some next year as well, and it's a $9.5 million savings.
My point is, I just don't know if he wants to come back. Forget about what they want.
But I'm saying if he walks away, it's still that dead cap's on their book.
That's true. Right. I get you. I don't know. I feel like, man, new coach. They're gonna have to go find a coach, and are they gonna cater to a guy that's gonna be there, even if he sticks around, Mikey? What, one more year does he got? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if a new coach even wants to go into that, right? Dealing with the Rodgers situation, with this catering to this older quarterback. Like most new coaches go into a situation, especially with teams that are not that good. They want their own quarterback. Right? They want to draft a quarterback. They want a fresh start. Like they don't want a 40-year-old quarterback. Just saying.
If they tank, they might get the chance.
Right.
They do as bad as everyone just assumes they're going to do down the stretch. They might get their chance to get him next year.
They
may. This is what happened to replay assists for the refs. They said that
they won't do that.
It wasn't allowed for the penalty.
They don't do it on penalties, no.
And you want to know the crazy part is the Vikings the last 3 years has put in the request for allowing face mask quarterback hits, those type of things, those penalties to be reviewable, and it keeps getting denied. Or no, it wasn't them. It was the Rams that keep doing it. And the Rams got away with one last night because they keep denying it. And it was like, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Give it 10, 15 years, Jordan Love will be a Jet. Yeah. Seems like it just keeps repeating itself.
Yeah, Jordan Love a Jet.
Off topic, but Venom 3 is the best out of the trilogy. I haven't seen any of the Venoms movies yet. Have you?
I saw only one, and it was good. I did like the first
seen the
one.
Venoms
Not like a big, like,
I
don't
like
even
Tom
know if it's
Hardy.
Marvel. I don't even know if it's Marvel. Was that Marvel? I'm not sure.
Yeah, because it's
Is it?
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't watch a lot of those kind of movies.
Sony,
There's a
really.
few I like.
Sony owns Venom. Sony's doing it,
Okay.
but technically
bad.
Venom is in the Marvel universe.
Okay.
I like Tom Hardy though, so I'd be interested in watching him. I was having a good day the other day until I found out the Chiefs traded for DeAndre Hopkins. What DeAndre Hopkins do you get though? That's the question.
Wait, he was having a good day. So you don't like the trade?
For the Chiefs to get DeAndre?
Yeah, is he saying he doesn't? He didn't.
Yeah,
he
didn't like that.
Wow, I'm surprised. Why not? I'm just curious. Why don't you like that trade? Because I feel like it doesn't hurt you guys at all. I don't think. If anything, you get a veteran.
It's what D Hop are you getting? I think that's the question.
No, I get it, but even so, you're still getting this veteran receiver in there to I would trust him over.
Well,
I don't know what you
at
got right now, but
what receivers are out there,
and
available. I'm not sure D Hop would have been the guy that I was going to get. I would have looked at like Deontay Johnson. I think he would have fit
some other trades.
Yeah, the other wide receiver market. Like that's who they went with.
But maybe they felt like maybe that's what. Now look. Now I will say this though: if Patrick Mahomes wanted that guy, right now we're talking because he's your young quarterback, right? He's not Aaron Rodgers, so just say you can kind of cater to him. So if that was a Mahomes thing, meaning Mahomes, I want to play with I'm sure they asked him, Mikey, right? I am pretty sure, just like he gets the Josh Allen type of treatment.
He did have the smiley face at the end, so he could have been just pulling our leg like, bitches, we got D Hop.
I think. Listen, I like D Hop, man. I do. I still think he has some gas in the tank, some juice in the tank.
Old last night. I didn't think Cup looked old at all last night. It looks like Cup's still coming back from an ankle injury.
Cup
he was hopping around.
I don't know what his final stats were, but he seemed all right to me. He was making some plays.
Gets around, but turns into 4 depending on how well he does. Listen, D Hop doesn't have the speed he once had, and he was never a burner. No. But man, he still has fantastic hands and knows how to. And
run. He's physical.
Andy Reid will know how to use him. I trust Andy Reid to know how to use him.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's not kid ourselves. He's like, no, I woke up and it made my day when I saw he traded. I was like, finally.
Absolutely. I don't blame you. I bet.
It's only going to help free up Kelsey more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Say what you want about, the Bills being snake bitten. KC's lost their top 2 receivers already this year. They lost their top 2 running backs this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. And Patrick Mahomes isn't playing the best. You know what I mean?
He also doesn't have a lot of weapons to play
they're
with.
Also 6-0. Right. Exactly. And that does.
Man, imagine if they figure out the offense and how good their defense has been playing.
Yeah. And you got it.
Man.
That does play a factor. I don't like when, when people talk bad about a quarterback when they have nobody to throw the ball to.
He's better than Sky Moore. Touche, brother. Touche. I would have been happy if I was a Chiefs fan too. I woke up and I saw it on
Sky Moore.
I knew they were going to go get somebody. There was too many receivers out there, and they were watching too many guys get dealt, not to go get Patrick some help.
Mm-hmm.
He has huge hands. And you know what? He's another guy we get to see twice this year because of it.
Yep. So we'll be seeing him soon.
Yep. Anyways, that's around the league.
Good stuff, man. Yeah. All right, so let's get to it. So, guys, tonight we got a few things we're gonna go over before we hit to Mikey's keys takeaways for this game. So, we got 5 storylines. So let's get with the storylines, Mikey. Once again, shout out to Bill's Wire for creating this article. All right, let's do it, Mikey. Allen's first trip to Seattle. Imagine the first time. Allen's been in the league a while. First time to Seattle. It's a little weird to think that Josh Allen still hasn't played in some stadiums around the NFL, given that he's been in the league since 2018. but the Bills haven't traveled to Seattle since 2016. This will be a new experience for the Bills quarterback one. To this point in his career, Allen is an impressive 21-6 against the NFC. He'll be looking for win number 22 in a foreign land. Mikey, your thoughts going to Seattle first time?
I love it. I think there's three stadiums that Josh hasn't played in yet. I think I read an article about that about a week ago. So it'll be interesting to see how they were doing. Weston comes in and says, and they freed up 5.3 million cap space this morning, which I have no idea what that's for. It'll be interesting to see. Maybe it's another receiver.
Yeah.
Could be for one of the linebackers, DNs, trading. Although I'm not sure could be for one of the cornerbacks too, because you guys just lost Watson. They're one of the starting corners.
You don't know within the next week or two.
Yeah.
I mean, the trade deadline is literally in 2 weeks. So
yeah, they just lost Jalen Watson, their other corner. So it could be for one of the corners that are out there, because there's a bunch of people. I'll tell you, this year it seems like a lot of people are on the move, more so than normal.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of teams are underperforming. I think this year than they, like teams that they thought maybe were going to perform better, like that, even the Browns, for instance. I think the Browns probably thought they were going to perform a little better, and they're not. They're doing terrible. The Jaguars, for instance, like the Jags might be moving some pieces because I don't think anyone had them playing this bad, right? Like, so there's certain teams I think that are really just underperforming, and right now they got to make moves, right? Like, I mean, even I wonder if Dallas is going to be, if they continue to lose, if they're going to be looking to get trade partners.
But who are they going to sell?
I don't know, but there's always a player or two that is a surprise trade. So I'm just throwing that out there. Jerry Jones. It wouldn't surprise me if Jerry Jones makes a move.
It says the rumor is Marshawn Lattimore. I've also heard Stephon Gilmore for them. If it depends on what the Vikings do. You know what I mean? If Seattle is smart, they would take Josh on a quick tour of the city and lock him in the Space Needle. It's the only chance they have a winning. Like, listen, I'm excited for this week. I think
they're not going to have DK though.
No. But we're missing DK. 3 guys on defense too. So,
we are, but Kenneth Walker's questionable too. So they got some key pieces out though on offense, which will help us on the defensive players that we're missing. Put it that way. Yeah. It's so kind of like it helped us because DK is a beast. By the way, I saw Bedford is leading the league in lockdown percentage. Yeah, good for him.
As CB1.
Yeah,
I mean that depends on how much you look into the PFF grades.
Yeah,
I'm not big
but it's kind. I'm not into stats in general, like big time into them. But I still think some stats don't lie, and some stats are still pretty cool to look at. Like I think some stats, like interception stuff like that, I feel like can get blown out of proportion. I think sometimes because you got to look back and see why those players threw the interception. But
yeah, and he's not the Marshawn Lattimore of old, but he's still really good. So it'll be interesting to see if Lattimore gets moved. Yeah. And what the the Chiefs say to do. I think it's really going to depend off of what they do this week. If they go out there and then whoever their next man up is good, I don't think they'll make the move. But if it's bad, I think they will, because the Chiefs know they have a chance for a three-peat.
Yeah, they do. By the way, did you watch the Buffalo Bills? They put out a video of every single Josh Allen touchdown.
I did.
It's an hour long. What was the one thing you noticed early on, like in 2020, that we were doing a lot of that we're not doing now with McKenzie?
A lot of those like little pop passes and stuff
that were working very, very nice.
Yeah, we don't do any of that stuff anymore.
We were so creative when it came to him. And he was not that great of a player. He was a good player though.
Yeah.
But we relied on his speed. Like speed kills. I don't get why we went away from some of that stuff, because I'm looking at some of his touchdowns. I'm like, holy shit. Like, we did a lot of stuff that we totally erased out of the playbook.
Yeah.
And by the way, Cole Beasley, I almost forgot how great he was.
He was really good when he first got here.
Holy shit.
He was He was so good. Like it got bad towards the end after he messed up his knee. But man, he was so good.
But I'm talking about 2019, 2020, 2021.
He was elite.
Bro,
there's a reason why he's second team All-Pro.
He would get like him and Josh had such. That's why he was like the security blanket. Josh will be scrambling, watching those videos like that, that the touchdowns, and you would just see Beasley just maneuver his way, get open, and just nobody around him. Like he was such a good route runner, and he would always get free for Josh Allen. It was like crazy watching that video. And John Brown too. I got to give John Brown credit too.
Smoke was really good too.
Like we only had I would say 2 years for him where he was good. You know what I mean? Because in 2020 he started kind of like once Diggs came around, he started falling off a little. No, that's what I'm saying. His age started kicking. But man, still, man, like just watch it going back. And if you guys haven't watched it, go to the Buffalo Bills YouTube. It's good. It's fun to take a trip down memory lane. And Josh looks so
Robert. Yeah,
he looks so young. Yes,
running as our number one.
Robert Foster was hyping up the crowd. You would think this guy was going to be here for like years.
Thought we had something there.
Thought we had something real quick. And then boom, he fell off the map the next year. Gone. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. But it was fun. It is
I
fun.
Also forgot how good Gabe Davis was early too.
Yeah. I'm telling you, go back and watch.
It was fun.
And you would be a little bit surprised and like and some of the things that we don't do now, which is like, why don't we do that stuff anymore? Like what? Like that worked. Why aren't we? So I really hope we start implementing that stuff. And Curtis Samuel, by the way, is out. I wonder if Hamler will be called up this weekend.
I hope so. With
I think it's about time. It really is.
At Roy, it looks like it's like with Tommy on how he views Cook. Davis has a good game. Now Cook is garbage.
I never said, listen. And I'm glad you bring that up. I never said Cook's garbage. But no, the reality,
you have concerns about him. That's it.
But the reality is the reality. Where is he at right now? I mean, he is not a top 5 running back. Stop. Like he's not a top 5 fucking running back. He's a good running back, but he ain't no fucking top 5. He is not a top. He's creeping in the top 10. But he ain't no top 5, bro. Look at his stats right now. He's like 20-something in rushing yards. Like, he's having an okay season. I don't think it's anything to be wowed about. Like, I'm just being honest with you. Like,
neither is Davis. And, I don't think any of us thought.
But Davis just started getting more opportunities. So we don't know yet. And I'm not saying Davis is also this elite top 5, top 10 running back. All I ever said about Davis was, we need to have it more like a two-headed monster, and that Davis will start taking some carries away from Cook as the season goes on because he brings a different dynamic to the running back room, and which we're noticing. Like you can't deny that Davis brings something different to the table than Cook can. It's shown. He's shown you that the last 2 weeks. So I'm just saying I don't think Cook is dynamic. That's all I'm saying. I never said he's washed up or terrible. Okay, last year, but our offensive line also was really good for him last year. And
we also fed him last year. We're not feeding him like we fed him last year.
Yeah. He also was hurt. He's also hurt. Yeah. He's dealing with some foot thing. I don't know what that was going on with him. But I look, man, you guys can think what you want about Cook, but I promise you, he's not going to be here every year.
He's not. We're not going to give him. He might be one extra year like Singletary was, and that's
it.
What
I mean.
Yeah, I don't foresee him, being here long term. We don't pay running backs. It's just, I like that they're going to do. I'd like to see them use those two guys like the Lions use.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all I'm saying.
They have different skill sets.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's it.
All right, you want to jump back into your thing?
Yeah, let's do it. All right. DK Metcalf's knee injury. We already know he's out, so I'll just skip that. Cooper with a full week of practice. All right, let's read that. Wide receiver Amari Cooper is amazingly put on a show in week 7, given his limited opportunities. He put up 66 yards and a touchdown after being on the team for just a few days. And he did it while being on the field for just 35% of snaps. By just being himself, Cooper can elevate his teammates playing around him. Now, with Cooper getting a full week in with his new team, it will be interesting to see how the offense looks as a whole with Cooper getting more snaps. Mikey, you think that Cooper gets more involved than he was last week?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Although I don't need him to get a ton more involved. you know, I liked how we were able to spread it around. I think we get him involved earlier than we did last week, because once he got involved, the whole offense changed.
It started.
Things started picking up.
The wheels started turning.
Shakir started getting his one-on-ones, and we got it out to him quick. Kincaid started getting stuff downfield. The running lanes opened up. Like once we got him involved, they had to start looking towards, his way, and you saw how the trickle down effect worked. I mean, Keon was killing it in the second half of last week once Cooper got on the field. I want to see more of Keon and Cooper together. I want to see Keon, Cooper, and Shakir on the field more together.
I want to see Keon get more opportunities, to be honest with you. I think I don't blame him for kind of like doing it the way they did early on by like giving Khalil more opportunity.
Yeah.
But now I think now is the time where they need to start getting him more involved, especially in the red zone. Like I keep saying it, like I don't get why he is yet really to be involved in the red zone much. And I'm hoping that changes soon, because I feel like he can be a good red zone threat. Yeah. But I'm with you. I don't think they like go crazy with Amari Cooper, like just keep forcing him. It's not going to be like a dig situation, but he'll definitely be on the field.
A game.
Exactly. No, I don't see that. But I think he'll definitely be used more than 36% of snaps.
Yeah, I do like the idea of us running our game like we did last. So of the we had 25 of his 33 pass attempts, Josh's went between Coleman 7, Cooper 5, Shakir 7, Kincaid 6. Those 4 make up, 85-90% of your passing game. That's what we need to do. Now, how you want to break those up, that's fine. I don't need to see Josh throw the ball 20 times. I want to see Josh throw the ball a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? I want to see these guys get involved and start to work on that pass game, because we're going to need it.
Absolutely. I listen, man. Also, too, man. Go play your weakness. Play versus the defense. Whatever the defense's their weaknesses is, then play. That's what you do. Like if they're bad on pass defense, for me, it's quite simple. Then you kind of go pass heavy. You don't have to it doesn't mean 90%, but go 60-40. If their run defense is shit, all right, split it up 50-50. I don't even care if it's 40-60, whatever. But you can't just like do what we done in years past. Be predictable. Yeah. Like, we're just going to stick to the script. It's like, bro, you got to adjust. I felt like last week, he did finally. Like
in the second half, he really
adjusted. Yeah. And that was the thing I think that he was really having a trouble with over the course of the last 3 games. He was having a really tough time, like figuring defenses out. I don't know why, or adjusting to defenses. When they made changes, he couldn't really. And it's not even about changes. I kind of felt like their defense just came out with a game plan, and he just could not.
See, and I don't just put it on him, because they would run man coverage and nobody would separate. And that was a problem that we had. They would stack the box, run man coverage, and dare our receivers to beat them, and nobody could do it.
Yeah, but we weren't doing a lot of slants, though. We weren't doing much of that either, though. But I get what you're saying. The Cooper did help with that. I'm with you. But even when to start that game last week with Cooper on the field, we still were very clunky. Like it didn't really get off to a great start. What was it? 4 straight outs, right? Four drives, 4 and out, like 4 drive, 4 series, 3 series, that other thing, right? 3 and out. Either way, it didn't start great.
Yeah, I have a question. Does Joe Brady look unhappy when talking to the media? I don't watch the video when he talks. I just listen to him. Does he look unhappy?
He seems fine to me. I'll be honest with you guys, like dead honest. I very rarely listen to coaches now. It's all the same shit. Like it's coach speak, and they don't give you anything.
I don't listen to McDermott because it's just the same.
He's the worst. Now he's the worst by far. But I still think like trust me when I tell you, I'm sure he has all of them.
Yeah, the prep.
He has all of exactly. Like, I'm sure McDermott tells them, "Hey, watch what you say. Say that." Like I'm telling you right now, like you're not going to get a lot from those. And not only that, they have certain reporters in there and certain reporters that they don't have in there that they know are going to ask certain questions. So
yeah, last week 3 and out on the first 3 possessions. It was run, pass, punt. However, we also had a dropped pass in there that killed that first drive. So that run,
that was
pass
Cooper.
actually would have worked really well.
Yeah, the Cooper drop.
Yep. So,
but I'm with you though. Yeah, the run is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, here's the problem: the run was working early. Like we were getting, it was like 2nd or 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3, and then the pass just didn't go anywhere.
His thing is though, he continues to do it throughout the course of the game. Like when are you going to set up a play action finally out of that run? You know what I mean? Like get in our center and do a play action on the first down. You know what I mean? Instead of straight up the middle run, like you constantly catch them all. Like you can't be so predictable. Like you have to switch it up at some point of a game. I feel like every time it's going to be a run on first down, and most of the time I'm correct.
And then when he does do it, it's like a rollout one, and the DN's waiting for Josh, and it's why we don't do it.
Totally waiting on. Yeah. I don't know.
So, anyways,
I feel like we got to hire a screen specialist. Somebody who's run
let's
screens.
not get into. Let's not go down that rabbit hole tonight. Let's not. Can
we like John Perry came over to us for like can we hire somebody that's just like an old 90-year-old like Marv Levy to decide?
Roy is playing into Tommy's frustrations tonight, man. Roy's just playing into him.
All right,
feed the beast.
This is how you do a screen pass back in 1950.
I think it's a Josh issue. I just don't think he's patient enough for screen passes, honestly.
Maybe. I just never seen a team so bad at him. I gotta be honest, we're so shitty at him. All right,
can't stop him or run him.
No, can't do either. A test for the Bills defense. No matter which way you slice it, the Seahawks have the 8th best offense in the NFL. They currently rank 8th in both yards per game, 368.3, and points per game, 25.7. Their specialty on offense under play caller Shane Waldron is passing the ball. They average the most passing yards per game in the NFL, 270.9. And quarterback Geno Smith has attempted the most passes in the NFL, 279, by a pretty large margin. And although they don't run it much, they are effective when they do. This will be a test for the Bills defense, especially on the road. But I think that gets it's gonna, the DK being out, it kind of fucks them up a little bit with that passing game. I think like that's a key piece to their offense, is at least in the air, right? Like that dude is a beast, right? Like that guy can
missing him hurts.
Missing him hurts a lot.
They lead because they're down a bunch too at times.
That is true.
They also didn't run the ball well because they were missing Kenneth Walker for the first part of the season.
Yeah.
And since he's returned, they've run the ball better. So I'm not prepared to look at it that way. Here's the real problem with this week's with the Bills defense. We're missing 3 guys.
That we are.
Or 2 guys, really. The third guy's
right. Carter was a rotate. Yeah.
Yeah. Carter's been coming on though, playing really well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm open to wanting Luge in there this week. I think I'd rather them call up Eli Anku off the practice squad.
Who's been on the team, yeah.
He's been on the team, who can give you some kind of pass rush. You know what I mean? I think I would prefer that. The Seahawks will run the ball more this week and early on. Listen, the Seahawks are going to test the Bills' run defense right away. And without Trell Bernard,
right? Correct though. Kenneth Walker's still questionable.
I think he's going to play because he practiced.
Okay.
But without Trell Bernard, who's our leader in the middle, is a big loss.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? You saw what he did when he came back, and he wasn't even 100%. Yeah. It sucks, guys. Like this linebacker situation, we keep going through every
losing our 2
year.
starters and going every year because they're so small. I swear to God, it's because they're small.
Yeah, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. How about that? Like rolling the ankle can happen to anybody. I don't think it has anything to do with size of a guy, but
Milano hasn't been on the field for 2 years.
But Milano, that is a God, man, because I like that. He's so good, man. When he's healthy, it's just like the guy could just not stay healthy. He's like Trey White all over again, man. All right, let me get to the next one, Mikey.
Yep.
We'll be here all night. Running back usage. Oh, we were just talking about it. Having multiple productive running backs is a great problem to have for an offense. And that's what the Bills have right now. Lead back James Cook have been good for the Bills, and rookie Ray Davis has come on as of late as well. Mm-hmm. Over the last 2 games, Davis is averaging 5.5 yards per rush, and made a big play in the passing game to boot. How the Bills handled the snaps and usage of these two will be something to keep an eye on. All right, and that's the end of that article, and we'll get to the next one in a minute. So, I guess we can get back on this topic. So, what do you think? Continue to split the carries in a way.
I'd like to see
like last week. That's what they did.
Yeah, except it was first half Cook, second half Davis.
Second half Davis.
I want to see us incorporate Davis and Cook together in the first
as
half.
the game goes on.
Yes.
Right. From the get go.
So let's look at this rushing yards, right? Yards per game. Let's go yards per game. So where does Seattle rank in yards per game for rushing? Seattle's at the bottom, giving up 146 rushing yards per game.
So there you go. So if you're Joe Brady, Joe Brady, you want to implement. 28. Yeah, you want to get the run game going early.
Yeah,
100%.
Pass yards per game. Where does Seattle rank in pass yards per game? Seattle is kind of in the middle of the pack because everyone's running on them.
So their defense,
and they have two really good corners. Two really good corners.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Yeah, I do think they'll run the ball more early. Offensively, let's go to offense. Seattle offensively, total yards. Where do they sit? They sit what? 2, 4, 6, 8th, right? Passing yards, they're number 1. Rushing yards, they're at the bottom again. They're like bottom half.
Yeah, so their defense
they're averaging basically 97 yards per game rushing.
Yeah, so their defense is shaky. So if you're Joe Brady, you want to come out running. I mean, clearly you want to test their defense out right away. And like you said, man, why not get Ray Davis going earlier rather than later? Why not have them both going 1-2 punch? But it doesn't seem like that's what they've been doing, though, Mikey. So we'll see if they do that moving forward. I don't know if that's what it's almost like they're going with the hot hand, right?
But it seemed
like at least last week. Yeah, but Ray Davis was hot and they kept him in there.
Yeah,
in the
but
second
early
half.
on, like James Cook was not. But Cook wasn't hot.
No, he had the touchdown, so I think maybe they were thinking, who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe it would come, but I agree with you. I'm with you there.
He was averaging 2.9 yards a carry.
No, he did bad the first. But that was but you know what, though? I will say this, though, to kind of, play devil's advocate a little bit. Ray Davis also, when he got going the second half, that defensive line was probably already gassed a little bit.
I also think it's running style because Ray.
No, I get that, but I'm saying
Roy's right here too. Davis always falls forward,
but they're two. That's my point about Cook, though. Cook is not a great run in between the tackles guy. One, he's light, very light, and he's like his contact balance is okay, but Ray Davis' contact balance is very good, and he tends to fall forward as well, even when he's caught up. So he's just a bigger back. He's more physical. Yeah. He's more compact, more physical. They're just two different styles running back. I mean, it's just what they are. But
it's a long flight, so I really hope the Bills get out there early enough that they don't have it. It's a 1:05 kickoff on the West Coast, so it's a 4:05 kickoff.
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
East Coast.
Yep.
So I don't think the time zone change is going to mess with them too much.
No,
I just hope we come out ready to go and we're not flat, because when we go on the road, we tend to play flat. We're 3-0 home. We're 3-0 at home, 2-2 on the road, and we come out flat at times on the road, and I don't like that.
Well, we've been coming out flat in general. I hope that I didn't like the comment that Dion made too. I'll be honest with you. He came out and said like, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I mean, I understand that, but it's like, dude, like
we get down big, like you did against Baltimore.
Right. And then that's a wrap, Jack. Like when you're going against better team, like you can't have that mentality. Like I get it in a way, but it's like, dude, we don't always want to start games shitty.
Spotting people 10, 14 points.
Right.
It's not a way to, it's not a recipe for success.
No. How about have a complete game? Like, can we get one of those? Jeez.
We haven't had one since Jacksonville.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
Another one.
I got this. I'm going to get to this, and then we're going to get to your keys. So we got 5 things to watch for, okay? All right, here we go. Oh boy. Oh man. cross country travel. Look at him. He's like, I better call my sports science team for this one.
Oh God.
This is the first time in 2024 that Buffalo would travel all the way out to the West Coast. They will again in Week 14 against the LA Rams. There's always a little bit of extra layer when a team has to travel such a distance for a game. Does this affect the Bills at all?
I mean, it might a little bit, but I don't think so. I think it hurts more going the other way. From the West Coast to the East Coast than it does the East Coast to the West Coast, because it's 3 hours later on the East Coast than it is on the West Coast. So
True.
if you're flying out from the West Coast and you're playing a 10 o'clock game, like your body, or 10 a.m. game, your body clock is telling you it's
that is true.
7 a.m.
You got a good point.
So if you're flying in, and we have a 105 West Coast game, so they're thinking it's a 405 game,
right?
And the Bills are used to having those weird late game schedules. So I don't think so from that perspective. I mean, the jet lag is the jet lag. They'll have to figure that out. So I think it's a bigger issue when you're flying the other way versus the way the Bills are coming.
Okay. All right. Next up, filling in for Bernard. All right.
If we win, can we please defer?
Yeah, please. I mean, should always, but the Bills will be without Terrell Bernard in this one. The linebacker went down twice during last week's win against the Titans. The second was an ankle injury. Bernard's impact on Buffalo's defense as a leader and in the stat chart will be missed. The backup starting linebacker will be Balin Spector, and he'll need to step up. All right, here it is.
Yeah,
my boy, BS. Yeah.
We've had worse backup linebackers.
Absolutely.
I think Braylon, as long as he can stay healthy, is decent. He's a decent backup linebacker. My biggest concern is no one's seen Bernard all week. He's been excused.
I know. They said something about like something personal too.
Ankle personal. It's all that we know. But he hasn't been there all week, which is
it's never good. Yeah, never a good sign. I told you,
no one's actually seen him. If he's like in a boot, is he?
Yeah,
no one's seen him. We have no idea what he is.
And it's not the same. I don't know if it is
it
or
a
not.
1 week injury? Is it a multiple week injury? Nobody knows. That's my concern with the Bernard issue, because he's a true game changer when he's on the field.
No, absolutely. He's all over. He has a way of finding the ball too. Like if ball fumble, he's always on top of it. Yeah. Right place, right time. Like always. For Bernard, always. But if he's not out there, it does hurt this defense. It does. But if we can get him back by the Chiefs game, I think we can survive that over the next couple weeks. To be honest with you, you got the Seahawks, Dolphins, and Colts. Let's just get him back down the stretch, right? Again, All right. So next up, exactly. All right. Next up, passing game. The Bills are going to face the number one passing attack in the NFL on Sunday, while the Seahawks might be without wide receiver DK Metcalf, which they are. They still have other weapons that quarterback Geno Smith will rely on. This could potentially be a shootout between these two teams, and it will be a big test for Buffalo's secondary. So what do you think about a secondary versus their other wide receivers?
I think this actually favors the Bills if
they got Lockett still, right? I believe they got Lockett still.
They have JSN. They have they have multiple tight ends. They have Bobo, the rookie out of UCLA. So they have weapons. Losing Metcalf really hurts because he's their alpha. Yep. However, we also have some alpha corners. We have two alpha corners. So if I hope it turns into them trying to throw on us all the time, because that only helps our defense.
Oh, absolutely.
Let our DMs pin their ears back. If the Bills can go out and get a lead and make them throw, I think that's a positive for us.
Right. Just
because that plays into our strength on defense, which is our corners.
Yep. I get you. Just kind of force Geno Smith and that offense to go pass heavy. I'm with you. And then that's when you can start putting also more pressure on them, knowing that they're not going to run or do any kind of screen. So I'm with you on that one. All right, next one.
Before you go to the next one, Roy comes in and says, with Dwayne Carter on IR, who do they replace his roster spot with? Nobody yet. I think it's going to be for Bond when he comes back next week. I don't think they do replace his roster spot this week. I think they call someone up from the practice squad. and then when Vaughn comes back next week, we activate him into that roster spot.
There you go. All right, next up, full week for Amari. Wide receiver Amari Cooper amazingly put on a show in week 7, giving him his limited opportunities. He had 66 yards and a touchdown after being on the team for just a few days. He did it while being on the field, 35% snaps. We already talked about that. But now full week in the Bills offense, will Cooper have even bigger output? We already talked about that, so we'll skip that.
Yeah,
Turnovers.
I don't know if it's really going to be a bigger output. I'd like to see him get more run because it opens up things.
I do think he'll be more than 35%.
His snap share. Yeah, his snap share will go up. I don't know if his output goes up a lot.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like, I don't think it's going to have like a crazy amount of targets or anything, but we'll find out. We'll see what Josh,
turnovers.
It's possible Josh is just trying to get, and they're still trying to build chemistry, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, turnovers. While Smith is having a good season in terms of passing yards, the turnover department has not been his friend. Smith only has 2 games in 2024 where he has not thrown an interception. On the other hand, Allen has not thrown a single interception the entire year. Their turnovers and giveaways always play a part, and they certainly could play a big part in this one. And that's the end of that article.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we've been really good at turning the ball over.
We've been winning the turnover battles every week.
Exactly. Turnover every week. So that, of course, always helps your team out for a win. That always helps. But yeah, Geno Smith tends to turn the ball over. So I think this one he'll probably have a turnover. I mean, if history repeats itself the way he's been playing this year, he's probably going to be forcing it a little bit more now that DK maybe trying to go to other receivers.
If they can't run the ball, if they can run the ball, they're just going to run it up or down our throat.
That's true. That is true too.
I think at some point Josh is going to throw an interception.
Yeah,
he's going to. At some point, he's going to throw.
Yeah, you would think, right? I hope not.
Me too, and I hope his streak continues. But at some point, he's going to throw an interception. Like the odds are, he's going to throw an interception at some point.
Yeah. Did you hear Amari? By the way, sorry to cut you off. Amari was talking about like the connection, because I was talking about the connection that they still have to build. And you could see that there's still, like Amari was saying, hey, like the routes I run, like I'm a little bit different the way I do my cuts. Or like he was explaining, like, so we still, like he was even saying, like, we're still, because I think he was talking about that pass that Josh threw a little bit to the left. Amari made the great catch.
Yeah.
In that game. So I think that like Josh and him really have to, it's going to take maybe a little bit more for Josh to understand like how Amari runs his routes to get his timing down. Like what Amari does.
I do agree with you on that. The one that Josh threw behind him, he had to throw it early because Amari sets you up. So you have to be patient with Amari's routes. You can't just look at him and come off of him. You have to wait. The one that Josh threw where Amari caught it really was because there was someone in Josh's face. He had to throw it. And Amari just made a really nice catch. But it's funny that they use that because there was no other one that they could.
Yeah, but there's still, but he said it though. It wasn't like I'm saying it. He said that they still that like that's the only thing that they talked
about the route and how he runs them, but they had never repped him going into last week.
Exactly, that's what he's saying. Like he's told Josh like, hey, this is what but it's different when you get on the field, clearly. So another week of practice is my point. Like as the season goes on and they start to build that chemistry, I think you will see Amari's targets and receptions go a little higher from week to week to week, because I think he is that dynamic of a player, even with his age, right? I don't think he's slowed down like a lot of people are like, oh, he's like
I don't think he has the long speed that he once had.
No, but he's still he still hasn't really necessarily. Yeah, but a guy that went 1,100 in 2022 and 1,200, like I don't see that as slowing down. Of course he's getting up there in age, but I don't see that as a.
I mean, he's only 30.
Like a guy that's super. No, but I know, but people talking about receiver, like I just don't see this major drop off where I'm like so concerned that Amari can't, all of a sudden he can't catch football. You know what I mean? Like so. I think Amari will be just fine, man. I think they'll get that connection down.
Yeah, Mark said, did you hear Ray Davis's nickname is the Stallion? The team gave him they call him the Stallion.
I heard.
I guess okay. You know,
That's
I'm
what
not,
I'm not going to call him that.
I'm not going to call him that, but hey, between him and the players, knock yourself out.
right. Hey, it's the Stallion.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Rocky Balboa was the Stallion, the Italian Stallion.
When I hear the Stallion, that's what I think. I think of Rocky.
The Italian Stallion. That's right.
You know, show my age a little bit here. All right, good job on those. Let's jump into the keys of the game. Obviously, it starts with what all keys are to the game. It starts with our trench play. Offensively, need to set the, because they have a good defensive line. We need to set the bring the physicality to them, like we did with the Jets, like we did with a lot of these other teams. Let's go out, let's set the tone for physicality, move guys off the ball and run it. You know what I mean? And then run play action and get Josh and the rest of the people involved. Joe Brady needs to not be predictive. You know what I mean? You now have more weapons. Figure out a way to incorporate them.
Right. Don't
be so, you know what I mean, where you're so predictive. You know, I mean, it's run, pass. Can't do that. Let's figure this out. You know, I get when our run game works really well. Run, pass works, but at some point they're going to adjust and start sending, run blitzes. The problem is he'll do it 2 or 3 times and it'll work and be like, oh, I can get one more out of it. And then it shuts it down and we get a loss and then it puts us behind the sticks and then a penalty happens and then our drive's over. So Jason, keys the game, win by any means necessary. Just get the W. You're not wrong there. On the defense, if we can shut down the run and make them, just throw the ball, I think we have a really good chance of winning because our secondary is really good. So it comes down to stopping the run and being able to run the ball. It's the trench play. McDermott, don't McDermott this.
Especially if it's close, right?
Right. Don't McDermott it.
That's when he fucks up. When games are like, when we're rolling, like he's fine. Like it's when things are getting tight is when he tends
when things get tight on offense and defense, and we don't have our captain on defense out there. Stop always just assuming the defense is gonna pull it out. Be a little bit more aggressive. Figure this shit out.
Even last week, before half, I still hated it. We gave up by they were 10 yards away.
Yeah.
It's still
he cannot close out a half.
It was terrible. Like if that pass is a little higher, I'm just saying, like to that lineman, or we made a mistake and fell, and that guy happened to get.
He might score,
right? He might. There's nobody else there. Like
Ed Oliver was, 45 yards downfield with the lineman to block it.
I mean, I'm watching that play, Mikey. I'm like, what? Like, what is going on here? Why are we always doing this? Like, why? I
honestly thought they were going to have the wall there for him to get around. Like, it was so close to him having the wall.
I know.
It was so close for him having the wall.
Does he not practice this, man? Like, ever? Like, what is going on?
Frazier played the last 5 minutes of the game. Oh yeah, it's Frazier's and
Rams.
Seattle, huh?
I thought he was with the Rams.
I think he's in Seattle. I think Leslie Frazier's in Seattle.
Check that. I thought the Rams, dude. I'm almost sure. I think Minnesota has the Dolphins' old coach, and I could swear the Rams have
Seattle.
Really? Fuck, dude.
Yep.
Why did I think that he went to the Rams?
With the rookie
was
head
it the year
coach
before, maybe?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know why.
Last year he was at Rams practice, but he wasn't.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's why I was thinking Rams.
Because he went around to a bunch of teams last year.
Okay, so that makes sense. You saw, by the way, Saleh is with
Green Bay
Packers. Yeah, it's an offensive like a consultant, which is smart. I mean, I gotta be honest with you, not a terrible thing. All right, so Frazier. So yeah, we know he'll be playing prevent.
Right. No contained defense. God, right. Just make Gino have flashbacks to his days with the Jets. No team employs more light boxes than the Bills. Seattle should be able to run the ball. Let's see if the number one passing offense will actually commit to it. Yeah, we do. We play so much. We don't stack the box at all.
Yeah, Green Bay. That's what I was just saying. Spin.
Yeah,
smart. That was a smart decision.
Beth, what's going on?
Hey, Beth.
I'm so late. All good. Chaperoning the middle school dance is always a good thing.
Yep.
Being parents is one of the best things you can do. So that's kind of my thing. McDermott, don't McDermott, win the trench play, and don't be so predictive on offense. Those are my kids.
Yep. I'm with you, man. And let's hope. At the same time, I really hope they do call up Hamler, and I really hope they try. I hope they
call up Hamler and Eli Anku this week,
and just
that's
get
who
creative.
I want to see. Those two guys.
Like get creative though. If you call them up too, though. Like if they do call him up,
so
like
fast. He's so
that's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't that make me mad if they call? Like, because that would be something we would do. Call him up
and not play him.
And not play him. Like that is a Buffalo Bill thing to do, dude. Or have him out there to play, he doesn't do anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's like, dude, if you're like you got to use him right. You got
Collins out there for 50% of snaps.
Right? Like it just makes no sense. So
like we'll see. I don't hate Matt Collins. I like him better as our wide receiver 5. He's out there for less snaps.
You know why you know why though you're starting to not like Matt Collins more? Because he's being used too much.
Yeah.
Like you were all for Matt Collins to start the season.
I thought he was gonna be wide receiver 5.
And then I jumped on board because I'm like, oh, okay, like a cool guy. This guy like okay, like he can
the ball
once in a while on offense. Yeah, he'll do something like because defenses probably aren't paying much attention to Matt Collins. Like I was like, okay, cool.
I wasn't expecting him to be freaking wide receiver 1.
Right. So then it started our like almost not a hate, but dislike. And it's not even his fault. It's a fucking offense coordinator, Sean McDermott, whoever's fault of putting him out there for that many snaps. Hopefully that changes because last week it seemed like it was starting to change. He had 1 target, so let's hope that continues.
God. Like I love him, but I want to see him. Like he's a good guy to have in. As a pinch, you need one of your receivers go down. You need him for a game, okay?
Right.
But you don't need to be seeing him out there, freaking, getting 7 targets a game. Give him 1 or 2 targets a game, okay? He's wide receiver 4. I'm okay with that.
Exactly. Like sneak him out, like when the defense is not paying attention or something. You know what I mean? They're not paying attention to Mac Collins. Fine.
Dressing up as Miss Frizzle. I'm short like her. I have red curly hair like her. Slightly crazy like her. All I needed was the dress. Nice. Yeah. My whole staff at work, like my whole department, is going as the Minions.
Oh, okay. Cool. It's cool.
So we're dressing up as the Minions because they're doing like a costume contest at work during our Halloween party. So. Should be fun.
Okay. Are we going to do the predictions now?
Yeah, it's prediction time, Tommy.
All right.
You want to get us started?
No, you go first. I have to think of my score.
I'm guessing it's going to be 31-27 Bills.
Damn, kind of close. Okay. So their defense isn't great.
I think Seattle is a good team.
They are, but their defense is
and I think that's why they gave up 31.
Correct. I get it, but they're also without DK. So if Kenneth Walker plays, he's not going to be 100%. I'm just throwing all the things on my head. Why my score is going to be
why it shouldn't happen.
Why we shouldn't just fuck not lose this team. I'm going to go 37.
I'm dressing up like Tommy.
I'm going to go 37. Yeah. Hey, all you got to do is get a hat and some Ray-Ban sunglasses. Yeah. Get some Ray-Bans and just talk a lot.
Get some,
headphones.
Get the headphones and walk around
and just talk. Right. It's just keep talking. I'll say 37, 13.
Yeah. 37-13. Okay. We have 34-17. We have 30-23. Beth coming in saying, I'm feeling a 40 burger.
Ooh, okay.
42-26. Coleman breaks 100 again. Kincaid gets his first 100.
Okay.
Allen goes for 350 plus. Oh, that
I like it. Cool. I like it, Spin.
41-17 from Spin.
Okay.
All right. You know,
Damn,
listen,
everyone has
I
a little
always
opposite than you.
listen. Every week I'm always, lower on the Bills and higher on the other team.
I
and then it
got
comes
you.
out the other way. So I'm going to continue with my streak.
I'm gonna go 37-13. I'm sticking to my
I like
42-6. Damn, truck review. You got a total blowout. I mean, I thought mine was bad.
Yeah,
6
that would
points
be beautiful. That'd be beautiful.
God,
We could use a
Seahawks
game like that.
fans leaving the third
I would
quarter.
have picked Seattle if DK was playing. Without him, I'll take the Bills 30-26. Oh no, Roy's picking the Bills. Someone alert the.
He
mark
picked
this down
them
on the
last week.
calendar.
He picked them last week too. Yeah.
Okay. I don't usually give numbers, but with Cooper having another week in the playbook, I think will be more unpredictable as to the point. I hope so.
I hope. Right.
I really hope so. One of my keys to the game is being unpredictable. So be unpredictable.
Right. We'll see. Can you throw any type of curveball out there on offense for?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. By the way, I'm not talking about a trick play, Mikey. I'm not talking about trick plays, but add something. I know there's more in that playbook. There has to be something else in that playbook of his that he can get going.
99-0 is optimistic. Yes, 99-0. Who's your X Factors, offense and defense? Let's do this.
That's great.
All
right.
One.
34-31.
Bills.
31. Wow, that's really close.
Our defense stinks. I'm not sure why people say blow Bernard out.
I don't think it stinks. So I don't think our defense ever stinks. Even when we do have bad, we've never except for that Ravens game.
That's the first time in years that we've gotten blown out.
Right. So I still trust the defense even with players hurt. I do think McDermott still finds a way. I'll give him his dues. But anyways,
we'll look bad in the first half, and then we'll look really good in the second half.
Yeah,
it'll look like it's to be a blowout.
Yeah, but I don't even know if bad's the word. I think we just we give up some early leads, but we don't get down by a lot. You know what I mean?
So we give up 28, right?
Yeah.
To the Cardinals. We give up 10 to the Dolphins.
Yeah, that was
10 to the Jags. We give up 35 to the Ravens. We give up 20 to the 23 to the Texans. Mm-hmm. We gave up 20 to the Jets. We gave up 10 to the Titans.
And by the way, though, so besides the Ravens game, so if you go on most of those games, except the stupid Cardinals, I think the Cardinals was more rust. But if you go on like for instance the
10,
Texans,
35, 20,
we gave up
20.
We gave up 6 points to the Texans second half. We just start off a little slow.
Yeah,
but I think our defense will be fine. I still trust our defense, even with guys. And I don't think Seattle is the same Seattle offense without DK. Yeah.
We'll see what they look like. We'll see what they look like without DK. It's been a long time since we've seen him without DK. DK's usually there.
He's very durable. You said offense and defense?
Offense and defense. Give me your X factor.
Okay. I'll go on. Okay, offense. I'll go. God, this is tough. You know what? I'll go with Amari Cooper. I'll be like, why not? Let's go with Amari Cooper on the road. I think this might. I think he'll be the X factor in this game for offense on the road. Defense, I'll say. That's a great question. I'll go Gregory Rousseau. I think Gregory Rousseau will have another good game, getting to especially if they start going pass heavy. I think he'll get to Geno because Geno's not Mr. Mobile.
Also,
he can move.
Their right tackle has been bad lately.
Okay, so that even helps. That helps even more. So, and Geno's not like a Mr. Mobile. He can take off, but he's not. He's more pocket passer than anything, than mobile. So I think Gregory Rousseau will get there. Matter of fact, I think our defense in general will get home quite a few times.
I have a feeling it's going to be an Ed Oliver game.
That'd be great. I love Ed Oliver.
I think it's going to be so. Ed's mine.
Okay,
Ed's my X factor this week. That offensive line can be had. If we can get them into needing to throw the ball, I think Ed Oliver's going to eat this week. And offense, I'm going to go Ray Davis. I think it's going to be a Ray Davis game.
Yeah.
Listen,
top 5 running back. Not sure.
I do. I think it's gonna be our rookies this week again. I think it's gonna be Ray. And it's gonna be Keon. I think everyone's gonna focus on Amari, and I think Keon's gonna eat in one-on-one coverage.
Once again, it's gonna benefit the other receivers. Yep. I get it, and I'm cool with that. Like we saw that last week. Like just having him out there. Already got Keon Coleman. By the way, congrats to Keon for Rookie of the Week. He got his belt from Pepsi. Oh man.
Yeah, it would have been nice if Vaughn could have been at that Baltimore game. He only played like 4 snaps that game. It was crazy.
Yep. All right. So anything else?
Third game. Who's going to be the turd of the game? Bass.
Oh, Bass boy.
God. Oh God, Scott. He don't jinx him. I hope Bass does well. I need him to do well. Continue to do well. Benford Douglas will get a pick. They're both going to get a pick. Roy. All right, I like that.
Okay.
I love Davis. I have a feeling Davis is going to be the closer for us.
It seems like. I mean, at least from the last 2 games.
Yeah, you need to close it out. He brings a different mentality running the ball. I love Cook.
He does. He's
and
physical,
I think Cook has a place in this offense.
Yeah,
but man, Davis, like when we got him, I'm like, okay, I haven't really watched much of him, and you were telling me about him. I'm like, okay, we'll see what it looks like. But this is about the time of year where we start getting those rookies really, really involved. Things start to change. So.
And it's a good story. He's also a good story too. Like it's like,
story.
God, he's a great story.
And you know McDermott and his stories.
Yeah, let's look at that campfire going.
The refs will be the turn of the game. Okay, I like that. The refs have been bad this year, man. Like they started off good, but they
started off great. Like I was giving them credit.
Right?
I was like, bro, the refs
so bad.
I was like, damn, the refs are doing such a good job 2 weeks in. I'm like, bro, since then they're terrible. They're throwing so many flags and by the way, unnecessary flags, and then they're missing calls,
missing legit calls.
Right? It's like, dude, right? Hundreds of flags, one game, missing a shit ton, another game. You're like, dude, what is going on here?
Right, so bad.
They gotta I don't know what they got to do with these refs to get it right. And I get it's human error, like I totally understand that, but. You got to get it right. You can't cost teams like games either.
Yeah, Davis is getting out there. He was on
I saw that
this week. It'll be interesting to see.
Yep. All right. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good. I'm just I'm not wishing for the game to get here so quickly because I want this weekend. But at the same time, I love to see the Bills play, so I'm kind of hoping it gets here quick.
I hear you.
The bad part is I have to wait. I'm on the West Coast, so I have to wait until 1. I usually wake up and watch the Bills game when they play at 1:00 Eastern. It's like I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go watch the Bills. That's always fun.
Yeah.
This week it's gonna be the 1:00 game, so we'll have to wait.
So by the way, too, they asked Keon Coleman if he was worried about this game, and I'm guessing you already.
Why would he be worried?
Well, this is his response.
Not at all, bro. Not at all.
All right, there you go.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. Did you see Keon's commercial that he did?
Yeah,
for Booking.com.
Yeah. So he's kind of a goofball, and they're kind of playing off it, and I like it.
I do too.
I really do, because he's playing into it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's not taking it serious, which is funny. Because he's like a kid. He's very much like Josh Allen in a way when Josh first got here, and Josh is still kind of like that, but. You also see a little bit. Josh is kind of matured a little bit too. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
he's not as
quite
goofy.
Well,
as
he has to be the leader now.
He's still a little bit, but I'm just saying, like he's not even what it was. It's not that baby face Josh Allen.
Well, he's not walking around with the D's nuts jokes this year. He's being a little bit more businesslike, because he's the leader. I know. It is truly his team. All the leaders walked out the door. It's his team now.
Yeah.
You see Josh on the sidelines more walking up and down, dapping people up, not just going over and sitting down and into the thing.
I love that too.
Good or bad, you see him all over the place.
Yeah. And we talked about that at the start of the season. Remember, we were like, man, it's time for Josh to finally take that responsibility of becoming that leader. And I'm not saying he wasn't a leader before, but you know what I mean. Like,
holding
and now
people accountable.
Exactly.
You can be one of the guys, but at some point you got to get in their ass.
Exactly.
And like hearing
Ain't
Josh
nothing
got
wrong with that.
Dion's ass over when he got with the Jets game made me feel better about it. Like, okay, Josh is holding people, accountable for that shit,
Right.
which is good. Now,
absolutely.
To Roy's comments here, the Bills have had 12 false start penalties already. They only had 13 all last season. Josh needs to get in someone's ass and tell him to stop dumping.
I'm always so worried when he does the hard counts because for some reason we always
Spencer
jump.
Brown is it's like, you got like 9 of those bitches.
It's like, dude, you know what he's doing, right? It's a hard count. Stop jumping.
Right?
Oh my god!
No,
All right,
I'm with it.
Yeah, that is my new clip. I love that Keon Coleman clip. I'll play that every week.
Yeah.
Oh man. But anyways, guys.
Okay.
Let me tell you what's on tap for tomorrow. So Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern is Fantasy Kingdom with Mikey and Howie. Of course, that's fantasy football.
Come for the horrible fantasy advice that I like to give out.
Fantasy football.
Come for Howie's hot pepper challenge.
Oh, that's true. Oh, and this week you're finally going to put that in the ticker.
Yep,
so, by the way, so guys, we've been doing this thing. We really started doing it last week, like big time. And you guys did a lot of. By the way, did he win his hot pepper challenge from last week?
I have to look. He tracked that. I don't,
because yes was like 70%. Everyone thought he would win it. So I'm very curious. So in the chat there will be a poll that you guys can go ahead and answer yes or no. For the new one for the week, and he will have the start of the show. He lost it?
It's because it was Chubb.
Oh, you guys are all wrong.
He got the touchdown, but he didn't get the yards.
Oh, you guys are all wrong voting him 70% yes. so, anyways, Mikey will put that in the chat to start. So get to that.
Him is our weekly roast of Mikey. Yes, it is.
And I'm not. I think I'm not there. Thank God. But anyways, that's at 2:00, and you guys want to join that, and that's always fun. And then at 4:00 is AFC East Shakedown. It will be on the Jets channel, and that his link is in my YouTube channel. So,
Roy,
that's at 4:00.
I appreciate that. The advice may be horrible, but you get what you pay for.
I know, right?
That's awesome. Yes.
Oh, Spin voted no. Okay, so Spin was very few. Yeah. Most people had how he is yes.
Spin never agrees with any advice that we have, and he's smart.
No. Damn, Spin. Yeah, no, man. I think that show runs great with those two, man. I did it one year with him, and I'm like, this is for them. This is there. We
used to do this like just on the phone. So when I'm like, hey, do you want to jump on in the platform and like actually have a show and do this? He's like, oh yes.
But I listen. I'm in there. Yeah. I'm in there with you guys. Yep. So anyway, so that's at 2 Saturday. Yep. Tomorrow at 2, and then 4:00 is the AFC Shakedown, and then I will be live 1 hour before game time, so 3:00, and then me and Mikey will be post game right after the game ends. So 7, 10
for another
whatever.
Victory Monday.
That's right.
Hoping for another Victory Monday.
All right, guys. So Bills Mafia, you guys rule. We appreciate every one of you. We're out of here. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Peace.